These isekai anime aren't just good, they're dangerously addictive. No filler, no flop episodes, just pure fantasy fire. From gourmet magic to world-ending empires, here are 10 isekai shows with 0 skips, 0 regrets. Kicking off with number 10, A Gatherer's Adventure in Isekai. You ever see an anime that sounds boring until it sucker punches you with greatness? That's A Gatherer's Adventure in Isekai. Dude literally starts off collecting mushrooms, like, bro's whole class is Gatherer, not Hero, not Mage, Gatherer. But here's where it gets wild. Instead of crying about it like 90% of new Isekai MCs, this man grinds. He figures out how to turn basic survival skills into god-tier power-ups. By episode 3, he's crafting legendary weapons, taming monsters, and flexing like Bear Grylls after drinking EXP potions. What really sells it is the tone. It's chill, cozy, and still somehow hype. The world building is detailed enough to make you want to live there, minus the man-eating rabbits. And the pacing? Smooth. No filler, no we'll get to that next season nonsense. Honestly, it's giving campfire cooking vibes, but with more danger and less food porn. And hey, who doesn't love an underdog story where the useless class ends up rewriting the whole RPG system? 0 bad episodes. Just pure grind-set fantasy energy. This is Emiverse Anime. Watch this video to the end and hit that subscribe button now. Sliding to number 9, my status as an assassin obviously exceeds the heroes. This one's an underrated gem. It starts like your standard class gets transported to another world setup, but then, boom, plot twist. Our MC gets the assassin role while his friend becomes the hero. And you'd think that means he's the sidekick, right? Wrong. This man's stats go bruh. While everyone's still learning how to hold a sword, he's out there soloing demon lords in the dark. The story hits that perfect sweet spot between power fantasy and gritty realism, kind of like Arifureta, if it actually respected its audience. Every episode feels like a mini boss fight or a revelation. The pacing keeps you hooked, and the tension between the MC and his former classmates, peak drama, especially when they realize he's the real powerhouse of the group. The animation's sharp, the soundtrack slaps, and there's actual emotional depth. The MC's not just edgy for no reason. He's calculated, focused, and constantly challenging what hero even means. By the time the credits roll each episode, you'll be like, yeah, assassin supremacy confirmed. Landing on number 8, Campfire Cooking in Another World with My Absurd Skill, Season 2. The cozy king of Isekai is back. Campfire Cooking Season 2 somehow makes food the most overpowered thing in existence. Makoda's still feeding legendary beasts gourmet meals, while every hero out there is struggling with PTSD and sword maintenance. This season expands the world beautifully. New beasts, new recipes, new adorable chaos. The humor? Still top tier. Watching Fel and Sui argue over food portions is more entertaining than half the battle scenes in most anime. What makes this show a no-skip masterpiece is the vibe. It's not just about survival, it's about comfort. Every episode feels like you're chilling in an RPG tavern after a long quest. And the animation? Clean and cozy. The food looks so good it should come with a warning label, "Don't watch hungry." Also, respect to Makoda for staying in his lane. Man knows he's not a fighter, and yet he's out here casually changing the economy with soy sauce and salt. That's real main character energy. 0 bad episodes, just serotonin and seasoning. Looking at number 7, Kekkon Yubi wa Monogatari 2, Ring of Marriage 2. Romance? Magic? Chaos? Yeah, this one's a triple threat. Kekkon Yubi wa Monogatari 2 takes everything great from Season 1 and cranks it up to 11. Our boy Satu's still collecting magical wives like Pokemon, but before you judge, it's actually wholesome. Mostly. The relationships are surprisingly deep. Each wife has her own personality, backstory, and emotional arc. It's not your usual harem nonsense where everyone falls for the MC just because he exists. These girls ride or die. The fights are visually insane too. The animation went full "we got budget this time" mode. Magic circles, explosions, sparkles. It's like Studio Ghibli met Demon Slayer in an isekai nightclub. And let's talk about the humor. Perfect balance between romantic chaos and genuine charm. You'll laugh, you'll cringe, and you'll probably wish you were in Sato's shoes for 0.5 seconds before remembering the death battles. This show's pacing? Flawless. Every episode gives you something: plot, romance, or insane magic battles. 0 skips. Sliding into number 6, a wild last boss appeared. Now this one, Absolute banger. Imagine logging into your favorite RPG and suddenly waking up as your own character. Except, you're the final boss. That's what happens to our MC, a once powerful player who wakes up as her in-game character, Rufus Mafal, the overpowered queen of destruction. What follows is pure chaos and brilliance. Rufus is terrifyingly strong but also smart, sarcastic, and surprisingly human. It's Overlord meets That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, but with a female lead who actually runs the world instead of monologuing about it. Each episode balances world building and character moments perfectly. The supporting cast isn't just background noise, they have stories, trauma, and goals. And the plot twists? Bro, it's like the writers were speedrunning Shock the Audience. The animation glows up hard halfway through, and the soundtrack deserves its own Spotify playlist. If you're into overpowered characters who deserve to be overpowered, this one's your jam. No bad episodes, just straight queen energy. Leaping to number 5, The Dark History of the Reincarnated Villainess. Oh, this one's hilarious and painful in the best way. Our MC used to write cringe self-insert stories back in middle school, and now she's reincarnated into one of them. And not as the hero, but the villainess. The catch? Everything she wrote back then was peak teenage chaos. Edgy villains, melodramatic speeches, and absurd romance plots. So now she's stuck living inside her own cursed fanfic, desperately trying not to trigger the dumb stuff she wrote. It's like ReZero meets Mean Girls with a dash of Konosuba humor. The writing is self-aware, the jokes land every time, and the meta-commentary on cringe writing is painfully relatable. Every episode has a mix of tension and comedy. She's constantly trying to survive her own bad writing, and the world keeps trolling her for it. The pacing? Smooth. No wasted scenes, no boring side quests, just straight chaos and character growth. 0 bad episodes, just pure second-hand embarrassment turned gold. Dropping to number 4, The Rising of the Shield Hero, Season 4. Naofumi's back, and he's angrier, wiser, and ready to slap every kingdom that ever wronged him. Season 4 is the best the series has ever been. The pacing's tight, the stakes are higher, and the animation finally delivers that epic saga energy. This season dives deep into rebuilding and redemption. We see Naofumi not just as a hero, but as a leader. And Raphtalia? Still the heart and soul of the show, their dynamic hits harder than ever. The world expands beautifully. New heroes, new monsters, and new moral grey areas. Every episode pushes the story forward. No fluff, no beach episodes, just strategy, revenge, and raw emotion. If you dropped the series before, now's the time to pick it back up. This season proves why Shield Hero still dominates the Isekai scene. 0 bad episodes, pure comeback energy. Crashing into number 3, Apocalypse Bringer Minogra, world conquest starts with the civilization of ruin. Okay, this one? Certified madness. Imagine getting reincarnated into a strategy game, but instead of being the hero, you're the god of an evil civilization bent on world domination. Yeah, that's Minogra. Our MC isn't saving the world, he's ending it. But in a surprisingly calm, logical way. The storytelling is chilling, like Overlord meets Civ 6, with a sprinkle of what if morality was optional. The world building is massive. Political alliances, evolving cities, divine battles. It's less isekai fun and more, holy crap, this is genius. Every episode builds momentum, and by the end you're rooting for the villain because he's just that compelling. The art style is stunning, dark and immersive, and the pacing, tight. No filler. Every scene either builds the lore or crushes your soul. But trust me, number 3? It'll mess with your head in the best way possible. Rising to number 2, Shirohio, reincarnated as a neglected noble, raising my baby brother with memories from my past life. This one's heartbreak and wholesomeness in one. Shirohio remembers her past life, and she's determined to rewrite fate. Born into a noble family that neglects her and her baby brother, she becomes his protector, teacher, and literal savior. It's less battle-heavy and more emotionally driven, but don't get it twisted. This anime hits. The emotional weight is real, the writing's mature, and the character growth is chef-level perfection. Each episode peels back trauma, love, and resilience. Watching her grow from victim to guardian is beautiful. The pacing, smooth, emotional, and never dull. 0 bad episodes, just pure storytelling with heart. Finally, number 1, The Too Perfect Saint, tossed aside by my fiancé and sold to another kingdom. You know an anime's elite when the title alone sounds like a whole drama novel. Our main girl gets betrayed, dumped, sold, and still comes out looking divine. She's the saint you don't mess with. This show balances revenge, romance, and spiritual power like it's mixing holy wine. Every episode builds momentum, political intrigue, power struggles, emotional burns, and the animation? Gorgeous. What makes it gold is how it turns tragedy into triumph. The Saint goes from broken to unstoppable. Each episode's an emotional punch, and there's not a single weak one. Number one for a reason. Divine vengeance never looked this good. And that's our list of Isekai perfection. 10 shows with 0 bad episodes, 0 skips, and endless rewatch value. Which one's your favorite world to get lost in? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe for more anime fire every week. Stay weeb, stay legendary.